Celtic and Rangers, two of the biggest clubs in world football, and certainly two of the biggest rivals in world football. Last weekend they met here at Celtic Park, with Celtic running out convincing 4-0 winners. The dust has now settled in Glasgow, and it usually takes around about Christmas time for tensions to rise again and a game as big to come around. But that's not the case this week, with both clubs entering the Champions League. And it's the first time that the two clubs have entered Europe's elite competition at the same time since 2007. Let's start off with Celtic. Tomorrow night they face what I would argue is the biggest club in world football. Real Madrid are defending champions of the competition, having won it a record 14 times in their history. In that group, alongside Madrid, Celtic will face the likes of RB Leipzig and Shakhtar Donetsk. And there's a big question going into these group stages for me, and it's to do with Ange Postecoglou's playing style. It can be quite open. He's known throughout his managerial career for winning games 4-3, 3-2, wanting to score more than the opposition. It works very well for Celtic in the week when they're up against lesser opposition, but when they've got the likes of Real Madrid, Leipzig and Donetsk coming here, is superior opposition going to be able to kill them with their open style? What do the fans think?
Aye, well that's what happened with Brendan Rodgers, wasn't it? Brendan wanted to play open, expansive football and we ended up getting hammered. This is a different team in it, but I wouldn't like to play too open against Real Madrid because they can punish you and just kill the crowd, do you know what I mean? They score in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they could kill the crowd dead, but we'll see what happens there. If Celtic and the team, if they support the team, link up, do you know what I mean? It could be a good night.
In a sense, yes, but that's how Celtic won the European Cup back in '67, that attack, and I think his style will not change drastically in Europe, but he'll certainly take caution with playing teams like Real Madrid. They're European champions for a reason. I think if we go out and play as good a football game as what we can, then there's no reason why we can't beat Real Madrid. We've done it before with big teams like Milan and Barcelona, so yeah, hopefully.
Last year, aye. This year he's getting better and better. I think he's building a team that he can do that way. Maybe against your Real Madrid and that, he might get caught, but in general I think he's going the right lines.
And what do you think the difference is this season?
The team's just gelling. It's got everybody playing their own part. It's like Jock Stein used to be. It's like cogs, and they're all in. He changes 3 players for 3 players, and it's like for like. And he's got them committed that they just run to the trap. So it needs to be a really good team that will beat them.
Mate, I'm going to keep it nice and simple, and I trust in him 110%, man. Whatever the big man chooses to do, like he's took us forward in the way we played at the weekend there, and that. Trust in him 110%, and he's going to do moving forward.
Do you know what? I wouldn't change our style to suit somebody else. Why change something when I feel like it can work for ourselves? Because Real Madrid's Real Madrid, but we're Celtic, so I wouldn't change it to benefit any others.
I think we have a chance of getting a result. The way he plays, it's quite fast football, quite attacking. There's a good defence as well, so we could get a few.
Last year, Real Madrid club president Florentino Perez tried to spearhead a new competition. The European Super League would see Europe's top clubs move into their own European competition, and clubs like Rangers and Celtic sived out of big European nights. So in my eyes, it's becoming ever increasingly difficult for clubs like Rangers and Celtic to do well in Europe. I know Rangers got to the Europa League final last year, but if you ask me, there's only really 8 clubs that have a chance of winning the Champions League. Okay, you'll get a Villarreal every now and then that come in and get to a semi-final. But are fans happy with the way European competition is moving?
I mean, I think it's maybe not really in that sense. I mean, even you look at the journey last year, and Frankfurt and Rangers being in the final of Europa League, no one would have expected that. So, I mean, a game over 90 minutes or a game over 2 legs anything can really happen. Like I said, Celtic have beaten Barcelona before here, and of course, money in football is a that's just the way football is now. But there's these other competitions, and the introduction of the Conference League lets teams go a bit further. But the stature of Celtic and the size of the club, I don't think anything less in Champions League football is acceptable for a club like Celtic. That's just my opinion, but we've won the European Cup, so there's nothing to say we can't go and win it one day again. But of course it's going to be difficult to advance into the later stages when you do have teams who are buying players at 150 million or 180 million, whatever, and we're selling ours for 25. So of course it makes it difficult, but certainly it's just all to hope for.
So, Santi, excited for the game tomorrow night?
Yes.
You're waiting up here to see the Real Madrid team. If you could shake the hand of one Real Madrid player, if you could shake the hand of one Real Madrid player, who would it be?
Benzema.
Do you think he's the best player in the world at the minute?
No.
No? Who do you think the best player in the world is?
Messi or Ronaldo.
Still think it's Messi or Ronaldo? Oh, I think that'll be changing to Haaland soon. But no, you're going to be watching it. You go to the game tomorrow night and you just watch it. So, what do you think the score's going to be?
3-2 Celtic.
Right, so he's confident Celtic are going to win. So I'm here with Kaylin. Kaylin, are you excited for the game tomorrow night?
Very.
You got a ticket?
No, I'm going to watch it.
Watch it on telly. Who's your favourite Celtic player?
Carlo McGregor.
Carlo McGregor. Did you watch the game weekend?
Yeah.
What did you think of the performance? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And do you think that Celtic are going to go through in the Champions League? Do you think?
Definitely.
Where are you going to finish?
Probably 3.
And what's your score prediction for tomorrow night?
Probably like 2. I'd be happy with 1-0.
What about a draw? Surely you take a draw. It's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Celtic Park is the best experience in Europe. We all want to experience that again. I didn't say it. Lionel Messi did. And others have reiterated that statement with the likes of Xavi and Rio Ferdinand saying that it's the best stadium that they've played in their career. They've had many a successful European night. They got a statue behind me, the guy behind me, you know all about that, Billy McNeil, captained Celtic to the European Cup in 1967. And surely, if they're going to have any success this year, the atmosphere is going to be vital.
That's what gives Celtic and Rangers, I suppose, on their edge against real European quality. That 12th man, it's just buzz. How many times have we seen it in here? Even back when Brendan Rodgers was here, Man City and that coming up here, thinking we're going to do use it, no bother.
Same happened in the Barcelona game, it just everything clicked in it. Celtic played well, the support were right behind them, go behind the team and carried the team through, right through at the end. Bit of an assault all through the game, but we got the result we needed, and that's what we need tomorrow. We need the support and the team to click together.
I've not been to, honestly, I've not been to a European game in a while because of my work and stuff like that. But we're the 12th player, aren't we? That's like it's phenomenal, man. It's unbelievable that you'd have to be there to feel it. It pushes the boys on. So I think we all need to kind of be behind them. You know what I mean?
But I think tomorrow the atmosphere is going to play the biggest part. No many teams can come here and handle the pressure. If you look at Rangers, for instance, they've collapsed. If you look at previous European games, Lazio and that, they absolutely collapsed in 2019. They went 1-0 up and they just couldn't handle it. Ryan Christie got the equaliser and then Julian in the 90th minute.
Oh, that'll be huge. Because sometimes it can put off the other team a wee bit. But it keeps the boys going. And
lastly, I'm going to get a score prediction off you for tomorrow and the group prediction.
I'd be happy with 1 each, and I'd be happy for Celtic just to be in Europe after Christmas.
There you go. That's it.
Europa League would be
the first person to say that today, isn't it?
Well, anyway, we haven't got a chance. We've definitely got a chance because Leipzig are struggling a wee bit. Obviously, Shakhtar Donetsk are in a bit of turmoil. They've lost a lot of players. They're going to be playing in Poland instead of in Ukraine. So Celtic got a good chance against Shakhtar. Just all depends how we go on against Leipzig. So if we can do the damage against Leipzig, we're halfway there. We might even qualify, but I'd be happy with Europa League after Christmas.
I think they'll actually get a draw tomorrow night. I think maybe 2-2 each.
to each, and then for the Group B, he's going to go through.
I think we've got enough to go through.
I'll give you more of a kind of group prediction. I'd like to see the team tomorrow that Celtic put out, plus Real Madrid's team, so I don't want to jinx it, but I'd love to see Celtic just put in a good performance tomorrow. I'd love to see Celtic kind of move on from the performance we had at the weekend, a very good result where I don't think Celtic actually came out of second, third gear at the weekend against Rangers. But the group, I do see Celtic advance. I'm going to go Celtic second, and I know it's maybe a big shout, but Shakhtar Donetsk and Leipzig, there's no way we can't beat both of the teams here. This is a really hard place to come to. The atmosphere's electric. It's one of the best places in the world. Many players and managers have said that in the past. So yeah, second in the group, but score prediction, anything will do. I'd take a 1-0 Celtic tomorrow, certainly.
Genuinely 2-0 Celtic. I'm going to go shot on Kyogo.
Celtic are keeping a clean sheet against Real Madrid, by the way. Can we see this? So, this video was originally meant to be a Champions League preview for both clubs, but with the time constraints that we had under us today, we've ended up having to turn that into a Celtic v Real Madrid preview. So apologies to any Rangers fans that might have seen my Instagram post that we were going to be going there at some point. We will get there at some point, maybe before the Liverpool game, and do a similar sort of video. So if anybody's going to be about Ibrox, come and say hi. I know this looks like a Motherwell fan doing a preview of a Celtic Real Madrid game in the Champions League, but I'm fully aware that if I just stick to Motherwell content and just do Motherwell stuff, that this channel won't go as far as I want to take it. We want to try and get to as many grounds and as many stadiums, not just in Scotland but across the world as we possibly can. And having coming up here today and spoken to people at Celtic, there's a chance that we could be back here for one of those Champions League nights coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Listen, good luck to both clubs in Europe. I'm no one of these bitter supporters. I think if the better that these clubs are doing in Europe, the better it is for Scottish football. We've seen Hearts have got European football until December now because the coefficients are high, so, and I would love to see that for Motherwell one day. So listen, the better that clubs like Celtic, Rangers and Hearts do in Europe, then the better it is for Scottish football. So good luck to both clubs this week, and we will get to Ibrox at some point. Cheers guys, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.